Here you can see on the screen we have written some definition for you all. The filtered method is used to create a new array that contains only the elements of the original array that meet a certain condition. It is non-destructive method, meaning it doesn't modify the original array. Instead, it returns a brand new one. We have also written the syntax of the filter method for you all. Must note it in your notebook. It will help you in future revising it. Now we will take an example of it and try to understand it. Let's start with a simple example, filtering out even numbers from an array. So assume we are taking an array of numbers. Let numbers equal to array having element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We have to filter out the out of this array. So we will create a variable, let even nums. We will use filter method, filter. So as we saw in the syntax, we have to write a callback function. Here we have to write a parameter which basically represents each element in the array. So now we will return num modulo 2 equal to 0. Now we will console and see the output. Here you can see we have an array having only even numbers. So now we will understand how we get an array with the numbers 4, 2, 4 and 6. How it is working behind the scene. How filter method works. So my friends, this num represents the current element of the array. At the first iteration, the current element is 1. We have written a condition to check either the number is even or odd. If the number is even, it will return that number. So first iteration it checks 1 is not even, so it will not return anything. In second iteration it will see 2 and 2 is even, my friends, we all know that. So it will create an array and it will add 2 into it. So here it will add 2. In the third iteration this is odd, so thing will be added in the array. In the fourth iteration it will see 4 is a even number, so it will add 4 into the array. In the fifth it will see 5 and 5 is not a even number, so it will not add anything. In the last iteration it will see 6 is even number, so it will add 6 into the array. Last iteration after adding 6 it will return a new array, and that's why we are getting a new array of even numbers. Now you must be wondering why use filters instead of a traditional loop. First, filter makes your code more readable and concise. Second, it follows the principle of functional programming, allowing you to focus on what you want to do with the data rather than how to do it. Let's move on to a more practical example. Imagine you are building a social media app and you have a list of users. Some are active and some are not. Let's use filter to create a new array of only the active users. We have an array of users. We have 3 objects in this array. Each object have a name and each active or not property. So we will use filter method here. Const active user equal to users dot filter, and we have to write here a callback function. So we are taking user as a parameter. So now we have to return the users. It will see if the user is active. If condition is true, it will return. Either it will not. So we will console and see the result. Here you can see the output. We have an array having 2 objects whose users are active. Now again we will try to understand how it works. First of all, this user indicates each element in the array. So this element is your object here. So as first it will see the object first. Is the user's active state is true? This is yes. So it's an array. It will add an object. That object will be this. And then in the iteration second, it will see same with the element or the object. Here also the active state is true. So it will add this object 2 in this array. In the third iteration, it will see the same. But in this, you can see the user active is not true. This is false. So it will not add into the array. And at the last, it will return the whole array. So we are getting a brand new array with two objects. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more coding tutorials.